What if an AI tool could break down the biggest companies for you, just like a top analyst would? I analyzed the biggest AI stocks all week using Claude. Here's the full picture. This week, I did something different. Every single day, I picked one of the biggest companies in the world spending money on AI and used Claude to analyze them. Meta, Google, Microsoft, and the one company behind all of them. Today, I'm bringing the whole week together in one video so you can see the full picture. This is not a financial advice. This is an exact methodology I use before I invest. Let's get into it. Let's start with the Monday. Meta. Most investors sold when this news dropped, and I completely understand why. Meta announced they were spending between 125 and 145 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026. That's nearly double what they spent the year before. When Zuckerberg made the announcement, a lot of investors took their profit and sold. They thought short-term earning would tank. They weren't wrong about that, but there is what they missed. This is the prompt we're placing Claude. Let's have a look. So Meta says crazy bet. Watch the capex. 2022, 30 billion. 2024, 40 billion. 2025, 70 billion. 26, 125 to 145 billion. Nearly tripled in 3 years. But revenue up 22%. Net income up 73%. They're spending more than ever and earning more. Does this capex actually pay off, or is it Meta gambling? Let's have a look at the next company. Tuesday, I looked at Google, and this is where it gets very interesting because Google and Meta are very different businesses, even though they both spend in billions. Google is spent around 75 billion on AI infrastructure in 2025, and they also announced 175 to 185 billion capex in 2026, nearly double what they spent in 2025. Less than Meta, but still an enormous number. So how do they compare? This is the prompt I place in Claude. Let's have a look. So Google 2026 number just came in. Their spending, it's 175 to 185 billion on AI infrastructure. That's nearly double what they spent in 2025. And that's actually more than Meta. Google is going all in. And here is the key difference. Google has Google Cloud. That means they can monetize AI spending directly. Every dollar they put into infrastructure can come back through cloud revenue. Meta doesn't have that, but Google has a problem Meta doesn't. ChatGPT is eating into Google search, which is where most of their money comes from. So Google has more ways to make money from the AI, but more to lose at the same time. It's a double-edged sword. Now let's have a look at Microsoft company. On Wednesday, I asked Claude a simple question. What does Microsoft actually do? Because most people think it's just Windows and Office. The answer surprised a lot of people. Azure competes directly with Amazon, AWS, and Google Cloud for cloud dominance. And the OpenAI partnership means Copilot is being built into every single Microsoft product. Office, Teams, GitHub, Xbox. Every subscription is becoming an AI subscription. That's already generating revenue today, not in the future, today. This is the prompt I place in Claude. What are the Microsoft key financial figure and revenue Azure grow and net income? So Microsoft 2025 revenue is 245 billion, Azure growing at 33% year on year. Faster of all three cloud providers, net income is 88 billion. Copilot now embedded across 1 billion Office users, and LinkedIn revenue, it's 17 billion annually. Who is going to win the AI war? On Thursday, I brought it all together and asked Claude the big question. Meta, Google, and Microsoft are all spending billions. Which one has the clearest path to return on investment right now? And this question every investor should be asking, not who is spending the most, but who is getting the most back. Let's place the prompt in Claude. And let's have a look. Meta 125 to 145 billion in 2026. ROI through advertising and JAMA, one revenue stream only. Google 175 to 185 billion in 2026. ROI through Google Cloud. Search at YouTube, 3 revenue streams, but search under threat from ChatGPT. And Microsoft 80 billion in 2026. Azure growing 33% year on year. Copilot across 1 billion office users already, converting AI spending into revenue today. Winner? Microsoft clears ROI right now. Google has the most options. Meta has the highest risk and the highest upside. Microsoft wins on ROI right now. Azure is already converting AI spending into real revenue today. Copilot is alive and generating subscriptions. Meta is the boldest long-term bet, a massive spending. No cloud business though, but there is ad targeting is getting smarter every quarter. Google is in the middle. Strong position, but search is under pressure. Microsoft has the clear story right now, but Meta has the highest upside if the AI bet pays off. Now, here's the one most people didn't see coming this week. While everyone was focused on Meta, Google and Microsoft spending billions on AI, I looked at one company they all absolutely need. Every single GPU Meta buys, every chip Google uses, every server Microsoft built for Azure, it all comes from one place, Nvidia. Let's place the prompt in Claude and let's have a look. So Nvidia controls 90% of the AI chips market. Meta, Google and Microsoft all need their chips to build AI. Revenue jumped from 27 billion to over 130 billion in 2 years. Nobody has caught up yet. For now anyway. Nvidia wins every time big tech spends on AI. Nvidia controls 90% of the AI chips market. As long as Meta, Google and Microsoft are in AI war, Nvidia wins every single time. It doesn't matter who comes out on the top. Nvidia gets paid either way. And this is the prompt I placed in Claude. Let's have a look. Nvidia revenue already jumped from 27 billion to 130 billion as big tech ramped up spending. So if Meta, Google and Microsoft double their capex, Nvidia data center division, which is already at 88% of total revenue growth proportionally, no competitor has the ecosystem to replace them. Goda software alone took about 15 years to build. And AMD, Intel and custom chips from Google and Amazon exist, but none match Nvidia's performance at scale yet. Nvidia doesn't just sell chips, they sell the entire AI development ecosystem. That's why switching is almost impossible. So here's the full picture. Meta is the bold long-term bet. Google has the most to gain and the most to lose. Microsoft has the clearest ROI right now, and Nvidia wins whoever spends the most on AI. This is exactly how I use Claude to research before I make any investment decision. Not a financial advice, this is a methodology. If this video was useful, subscribe. I do this every single week. New video every Sunday. See you next week.